level of integrity the person has themselves. If they don't, they would carry it out, of course. If it's beneficial to them as well, they'll do it. I believe all bosses have a boss. There's a law in the country. Even if it's the chairman of a particular company where the buck stops at, if he asks you to do something that is illegal, immoral, and everything, you can walk away. You have a choice to walk away.
I know a lot of
But
people
who
that
wants to walk away from billions? Because I can't even tell you
what you
I
do.
will. And if they offered me such, I probably would think if I can get away with it, why not?
Okay, let me come to
We
Tokwe.
can't divorce the situation from Dasuki as much as, because you see, there's a ripple effect on every crime committed. You might think that, oh, I didn't buy, I'm just not buying, I'm buying, instead of buying 4 cars for the police, I'm buying 1 car. But that patrol that the 4 cars would have done could lead to somebody dying.
Yeah.
Do you understand? Because the person won't get help at the right time. And your child or you might be in the situation that your corrupt practice
Has affected you.
has
let's
affected
be
your
real,
life.
Tokwe.
Now, when such situation happen, like Lydia has nailed it by saying it is your character as a person. A corrupt person, you don't know how corrupt a person would be until that person is faced with millions. You can say, I can chicken out of spending 100,000 or maybe it's a few thousand, but when you're faced with millions, talk of billions, it takes high integrity for you to step out. And gladly, I don't know what I'll do in the situation, but I can tell what somebody has done in the situation. We have Obiese Quinsili. At least in an entire country, I can pick one person. And if I can find one person, there are many more like her. She said boldly that she has not been corrupt in government. And she had the opportunity to take money, but she didn't. And she resigned honorably when she was put in a compromising position. So there are people that would stand up for what they believe in. And we must focus on those people as opposed to the
Okay,
more
And
people that will be
I
corrupt.
believe very strongly that everybody has a price.
My husband believes that too,
I
but I'm just,
believe very
I don't
strongly
think
that
so. I believe there's some people that
I
might not
don't.
have a price.
I
Let me
don't.
come to Jumoke. I believe there are people that actually you can
Sorry,
buy.
before you go to Jumoke, let me give you a quick example. You heard about the security man that found $10,000 in UBA
Yeah.
and handed it over.
Yeah.
Yes.
People on Facebook
Prosecuting him.
and social, they were like, when God calls you and you put God on voice note, is your head correct? All you are getting is thank you and a handshake. Okay.
Let me come to Jumoke.
I don't have a price. Lydie, I'm answering you. I don't have a price, and I have been in that compromising situation before. And what I did was call my boss and told him, I'm sorry, I cannot do this.
Really?
We were friends, so he knew where I was coming from, and he explained his own stance. It's not that I'm unethical, Jumoke, but that business in Nigeria today, all of us do some of these things where you inflate. Even the Nigerian government allows it.
Yeah.
Where they'll say, because of inflation, we don't know when we're going to pay you. So when you are sending in your invoice,
There's a percentage.
put a percentage
30%.
on top of it to cover for inflation and cost of fund. So you find that most businesses have this sharp practice of overinflating invoices. Then the person in charge directly will come to you. Jumoke, this is your invoice of 500,000. though. Give me, put 100,000 on top of it for me. And they even call it PR. Like you are managing your relationship with the person in the company that is giving you the money. And once I explained my stance to him, I said, look, and I was making a lot of money from doing this, that I go home with the money, but I don't feel good about it. It eventually led to my resignation. Because I couldn't, it wasn't about money for me. I believe that it is God that will feed me. So if you're giving me millions in hundreds and I'm unable to sleep and have rest and peace of mind,
And hypertension kills you.
That's
Okay, I have a
monetary.
call from Ivory Coast. Let me take Mr. Folari, are you there?
Sure.
Good morning, sir. Go ahead, please. Thanks for calling.
Okay. Yeah. Hello.
Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can very clearly.
Yeah. You people are talking about integrity,
Yes.
and hello.
Yes,
can
go
hear you.
ahead. We can hear you very clearly.
So sad. I think
Yeah, I
that's
think everybody needs to be sure because
delayed.
Okay.
The sound is delayed, so he just
All right.
heard what you said.
Hello?
Yes, he's there. He can hear us, but
But the
it's
sound is
delayed.
delayed.
All right, Mr. Folari,
Hello?
we're having trouble hearing you, so when we have to just move on.
Hello?
We
Just
can hear you. Go ahead, please. Okay, we lost that. Yes, Uwa. Let me come to Uwa, please.
What Jumoke was talking about, I think it has to do with more for business ethics. Now, I don't know if maybe we're deviating a bit from this. This is asking, because in your own scenario, nobody is dying. I don't think anybody is dying when they say mark up, whatever. Now, for instance, you're working in a hospital. And you're supposed to give a particular kind of, because I've heard of hospitals where they give substandard drugs, or they use the wrong things, and the boss will just tell them,
That's
how we do it here.
Well, there are different grades of anti-malaria.
Wait, hang on.
And
give you
you
the cheaper
know
one.
that this thing that you would do as a nurse would kill someone. But you see people, because in the bid to protect their jobs, they continue to do it. They are making more money, and profiting the company at the detriment of somebody else's life. I think what we should focus on is that when you are asked to do something that has a direct, in this case, for instance, that we are holding up as a case study, there was a direct impact on solving problem that was going to save millions of people. Do you understand?
All right, I get that point. Let me take this call very quickly from Mrs. Phillip. But we'll take it on that angle. Mrs. Phillip, are you there?
Morning.
Good morning, madam. Go ahead, please.
I'm a first-time caller.
Welcome to the show.
I'm enjoying you guys. I really enjoy you. I'm always happy. I'm a retiree, and I'm always enjoying you. I agree quite all right with what Jumoke has said. Anyone that has integrity, no matter how your boss, no matter how the money is even, you have to have your conscience. Something that you will do and you will not be able to sleep. You will not be able to have the rest of mind. Irrespective of how you are played. What matters is our conscience. Anything we have to do is to know that we have a good conscience concerning it. Not that we are being unethical with our boss. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Phillip. Now, the
And I
point,
want to contradict.
I'll hang in there.
Always
One point was said was that if you can see that it might pose a danger, but sometimes you might not be able to see that danger.
Exactly.
So is that where she's coming from? Where Mrs. Phillip is coming from? It's about your conscience. Let me let Lady
what
come
we
in.
should say, like the Yoruba says, and it's also in English, what's not good is not good. There's no two ways about it. There's nothing you can say. But these instructions may not always be about money being made.
Yeah.
It might be about you passing on information that it's not in your place to do.
Okay.
And they're trying to get you to do it
Okay.
because nobody wants to play the bad guy.
Okay.
That's part of it.
All right, that makes sense.
And is it every single thing you would walk away from? Because at times you need to weigh what
Well,
the options
we're
are.
bringing in the money factor because the truth is that a lot of companies, I know someone in particular who told me this story, that his chairman asked him then to do some illegal buy the books, the way where you have to
Doctor the
for
books.
Doctor the books.
for tax purposes. So you could get millions, and he got a good cut. I think it was 15% cut, but that was then, and it helped him to build his house and everything. But you see, he regrets it because till tomorrow. Now you did that, but you see, you've deprived somebody else. You're not directly seeing any bad result of that, but someone was deprived of money.
Let me
to go
give
to
you a
school.
case scenario of my father. Sorry. When my father, because my father is into construction, and there was a time that he was asked to come and, I've said this story before, to fix a road. Do you understand? And the man, Hausa man, I'd take a wasa, because I just, pour sand, do whatever. No, because they were trying to, the bulk of the money, they were trying to share it and now give him something. He said, this money that you're giving me cannot execute this road. And my father walked away from a deal that was going to give him millions. This was back then in the 80s.
Yes.
And why? Because he could not stand that thought, saying that somebody will ply on this road and die as a result of this road.
Let me take this call from London, from the UK. Elias, are you there? I'm sorry for keeping you for so long. I'm sorry, Elias.
You are streamlining it to somebody's loss of life. But you cannot know how it will affect the person's life. So let us have integrity, cut across whatever it is. So you might see the life lost now. We mustn't do it. If you cut corners over 1 billion, or over a naira, you cut over 1 billion. And if you cut over 1 billion, don't be angry because you cut over 1 billion that is not killing somebody, that somebody will cut over drugs that will kill you. Exactly. It is cutting. So somebody cuts drugs, you cut road. Cutting
we
is
have to
cutting.
take a break. We'll still continue this conversation because I know there's a lot of comments on Twitter. We'll come back, we'll take a break. When we come back, we'll round up this conversation. Then we'll bring in our special guest later in a bit. Stay with us, we'll be right back. Welcome back. Now, I know we all now sounding very morally upright, but the truth is, when your boss is like a Dasuki or a Dangote or the president of the nation, and is giving you that assurance that, listen, do this, do that, it's possible. Let's not act as though. Let's not act as though, I don't have a price. Yes, we don't have prices here, but the thing is that when you're in that situation where somebody, the most powerful man in the world, and Obama says, you know what, I need you to do A, B, C, D. Would you still stand in that kind of situation? In that kind of situation, can we still say that?
Your friend that had the regret about the house, he didn't have regret when he bought cement, when he bought block, when he bought sand. It was when the house was complete, furniture was done. Now, he can't get regret. He knew what he was supposed to do.
When they were purchasing arms for Nigeria, we heard after one of those helicopters was downed by Boko Haram and the pilot killed, that they were buying surveillance jets that the police would use to go or pressmen would use to survey, rather than military helicopters. Why? Because they were cheaper. So they were saving money. Now, somebody flying that jet was brought down and killed. That's a direct impact, except you don't have a conscience. If you did it for money and you saw that someone lost their life, directly or indirectly, you would feel, God gave us a spirit for a reason.
So at that moment, you should come out and say, sorry, I came out, I got the wrong...
But if it's at the detriment of you losing your job, I'm the man of the house. I'm feeding my children. My parents are there. Sick mother probably and all that. And if I don't do this, I would lose my job. That is why at that point, I would say the bulk of the blame should go to the person giving the orders. Now, in a military setting, the man on the street they say, go and shoot, he's not being blamed for who he killed. It is the person that gave the orders that gets that blame.
That's the
military order says, obey.
That's the military.
So now, if your boss is telling you do this, and you see you don't have a choice but to do it, you do it and speak up. Which is why when Dasuki has been shouting, when they've been saying they were holding him, I felt bad that he didn't speak up then that it was Jonathan's order. He's now saying it now. What he should have said immediately was that everything I did was based on following orders by President Goodluck Jonathan.
You mentioned threat to your job. Akunyili's life was threatened. She stood her ground. She said, God owns my life.
True.
So if you make the money and then you lose your life, who's going to spend it?
Actually, let me come to that.
Sorry, they say, my father says, a little thing is a little thing, but faithfulness in a little thing is a big thing. It's not always about money. You remember when banking started and they used to recruit young girls to go and give out packages, account opening packages. You knew what they were doing was a mild case of prostitution.
Yes.
But nobody wanted to let go of it because you were going to get promoted. This is part of what we're talking about. It's not always about money.
True.
I think what we should focus on is not what the individual did. It's about the system. Because you see, in this same system, the man that returned $10,000, he was now being insulted. So it tells you that, you see, if integrity would stand in this country, the system must project people that are upright. We keep seeing corrupt people over and over being celebrated, while someone that decides to say, I want to be upright, I want to be this. My father till today, I'm looking at him. I know his mates, how they started. But you see, the truth is that, you see, those type of things, it doesn't encourage you as a human being if you want to stand true to yourself.
A military,
to do right.
When we had the military head of state then, he also bribed my father in dollars.
Thank you.
And US, what they call it, USD green card. for the entire family. And my father told us, like, I rejected it because of your future. So that your name will not be tainted. Like, he told us, like, they brought it for me, and I told them no.
When my
But so
father
those
rejected
today
certain
now-
but today now, all the people who collected, they are in Banana Island. Oh.
Thank you.
We were in Bagada.
Because you have a good
So
name
I
and
know I
a
have a
peace
good
of
name. Yes.
mind.
So I have good name and a peace of mind. Yes. I'm
Well,
just
you
saying that.
see, some of
Let me
those
tell
that
you,
is the
Murayo,
truth, that
when
have the
there's
bad name, we
poverty.
don't know that they have the bad name. Some of the people that took it, we
Yes.
never heard the
We didn't-
story,
God
so we
bless
don't
it.
know.
So we still celebrate them today.
The same
Well,
way you were
us-
frowning for your dad, we used to frank face for him in the house, but it would be good for you to cook more you. Because this one that you are talking integrity, back then I didn't understand it. Today, I stand so proudly about the fact that my father had integrity. I tell everybody. And even then, Murayo, there's some things that I do that are not morally right. But because nobody has seen me or caught me, I will claim I'm
Okay, we need to round up. Let's take some tweets
I
on
think
this.
as
We
a
have to
nation,
round
we
up.
need to celebrate those that stand for good.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I think that as much as we make noise about the bad names, we must make more noise about the good names so that we have good role models to look up to.
Our final call, then we'll take some tweets. Good morning, Olushiji. Are you there?
Yeah, yeah,
Good morning. Please go ahead.
yes. I am first time caller.
Welcome to the show.
Okay. Yeah, actually, on what you're talking about, you know, this country is really messed up and just a shame. At times, I'm always ashamed to be a Nigerian. You know, it's a normal thing and an ethical thing in Nigeria that all this issue of boss, you do what they want. That is what is affecting this country to now. That is why we are not growing. Because these little things that we all do, that we don't take note of, if you look at millions of people doing it now, it's affecting this country and it's not growing. My father is saying that
Ben,
I'd rather do what is good than just do
my name.
all these little minor things that will affect the lives of millions of people.
True.
Imagine just one person embezzling billions of naira, and you have millions of people suffering for it.
True.
That's very unfair.
I think that we can round up on that because you're very correct. Thank you very much, Olushiji. We're running out of time. Yes. some
My
tweets.
real name Priceless says, if you fear God, you cannot compromise your integrity over a boss's order. Nothing justifies wrongdoing. Tommy says, you can muster up enough diplomacy and your boss is open to discussion, highly beneficial to explain your concerns. Raymond King says, unethical activities was given birth to from the British since their inception in Nigeria. Omolaja says, opposing a boss directive in this climb takes a lot of guts, especially a presidential order. Opportunities are scarce and living is tough.
Exactly.
And the last one, Uche says, they shouldn't just arrest, they should prosecute and make him face the full weight of the law if found culpable.
All right, that's all we can take on this segment. We're going to take a break now. When we come back, we have a guest who is a young producer, film producer. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
It's up to us, all of us. The safety of our communities is in our hands. The police need our help and support. Boko Haram threatens our lives, our future, our country. But Nigeria belongs to us. God has blessed us with this rich land. Let us protect her as we protect each other. Report any criminal activity. Call these numbers. Your call is anonymous, and it is vitally important. Your support so far has been critical. Continuing it will make all the difference between a Nigeria of the fearful and a Nigeria of the free. Protect each other, for we are not terrorists. We are Nigerians. A message from the State Security Service.
Hey, Ben Ramoski. So good to see you. Only the man in his village. Oh, look at and he said, why?
Welcome back. We have Finn Gambo. He is a young movie producer and a director. He's self-taught filmmaker and has produced 2 short films on child trafficking and a revolutionary campaign video on the last 2015 elections. He had an award for Startup of the Year in 2016, and he was also awarded Cinematographer of the Year at the College Ball Awards. Welcome to the show, Finn. You're an aspiring movie director. That's great. So what got you into movie directing? How did you get that love and passion for it?
Basically, it's a journey of self-discovery. When I got to university, I was like, what can I do to have impact on my generation? I had a flair for photography, but I noticed that there was a bigger gap in the filmmaking industry. There's a lot of conventional things that are going on, like the same storyline and stereotype way of production, and I was passionate about changing that gap. So I want to be an inspiration to youth so that we don't just see problems and complain about it, but we go ahead to solve that problem. So that's my foray into filmmaking.
Wow. So what's your direction in movie? What exactly would you like to produce? What kind of content do you want to see on television?
The content I produce is for the new generation kind of new generation kind of audience, because the audience today is more exposed, despite the youth. They have seen a lot of things like Transformers, Ant-Man and everything, and Nigeria is not catching up on that. So when they go to the movies, they naturally boycott the African movies. I'm not trying to remove African culture from our movies, but I want to give them this high-end visual effects kind of movies, this new generation kind of movies that will appeal to them, but in an African context. So
Are you on Instagram?
Yes, I am.
What's your Twitter handle?
Instagram, Finn.Gambo.
I think you're the one that did the walking in the desert behind the green screen, and then you start putting shapes in it. Was that you?
No, we did a Lamborghini in Covenant. We did a CGI kind of. There was no Lamborghini there. So what we did was we used 3D softwares to put it there.
To input
yes, yes. I'm also working.
Sorry, how old are you?
18.
Wow, and you're in the university?
Yes, Covenant.
What year are you?
I'm going to my 4th year, but I'm doing a 5-year.
How old are you?
18.
Wow. When did you get into the university?
Double promotions and things.
Hold on. I want
you one at a time. We get.
I want to find out like how you juggle what you're doing in filmmaking and schoolwork.
Okay, that's quite challenging, but basically you just have to like have like a schedule to know what time is for school. Then most of the time you try to do most of your works before exam time comes, so that you can okay, this time is for exams and everything. But it's very challenging.
And what are you studying in school?
Civil engineering.
Civil engineering.
Wow.
How does that have to do with filmmaking? How come you have a passion for filmmaking and you're doing civil engineering?
Yeah, like I said, I'll reiterate. I think I found out my passion when I got to university. Well, so I'd already gone in for civil, but none of that is lost. So,
Okay, so you have 2 short films on child trafficking.
yes.
Why did you pick an interest in child trafficking?
Child trafficking has been a rampant issue, and I think what I want to do with film is to address societal challenges. So I think film is a very easy medium because it's visual and visceral, so people kind of connect to it easily. So I did that, and I worked with some people on campus. We tried to like push it out there, and when the election was coming to, we did something on the election that people have the power is to vote. So
Okay, let's take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to watch a short clip of one of your films so our viewers see what you're working on. Stay with us, we'll be right back.
Why should they go and kill children when they are sleeping in their dormitories? Why should they bomb churches and mosques and marketplaces and motor parks? They are not interested in peace.
You know, today actually makes it 9 years since the incident. And I was just thinking, I've come so close to actually finding out who did this.
We should have learned when things are caught at Brussels and what happened at Paris. If we had done that, we would not have had this experience at the airport.
Africa is one of the places where, because in some cases the lack of capacity on the part of the governments.
What else am I living for? I'm going to find whoever did this and make them pay, I swear it.
to win that longer war, you need to win the support of the populations in which these terrorist activities are taking place.
Wow, well done.
So Intercept is a counter-terrorism
Yes,
movie
cybercrime.
that's going to come out very soon. Yes. I hear that you're mentored by Tade Ogido.
Yes.
And I see the equipment you use in this movie. Do you get equipment from him? Because I saw all the what they call the
Drones.
drones. Yeah.
Apparently, that was the